What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's episode of The Sports Sermon. We are brought to you by Scooch, the most functional phone case on the market. Check out ScoochCase.com to get yours today and use the code SPORTS18, sports with a Z, of course, to get a 10% discount on your order. Stay tuned till the end for a special Scooch giveaway as well. But now, today's episode. So we are here today to talk about the Indiana Pacers. For us, it's the hometown team. Dylan, it's one of your favorite teams. We're really going to get into it. I'm Jason Gandhi, Dylan Staggy here, like I said. No one else here, even though it is the hometown team, so it's going to be a lot of Dylan talking, I have a feeling, because, like I said, this is his team. But Victor Oladipo came into town for his homecoming last season and surprised everyone. He took home the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Dylan, was he a one-hit wonder, or will this be stardom that lasts for Victor Oladipo?
So, Victor Oladipo, I think he works way too hard to make this just a one-hit wonder. I loved his game last year for the Pacers. He was amazing, and he has improved every year in the NBA, and I think now he has finally found the right situation to be in with the Indiana Pacers. A franchise that is built around him, a franchise that is investing in him, and I just think he'll be great this year again for the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, I've got a question for you, but first I just want to say I do agree he's going to be the obvious focal point for the Indiana Pacers. I think he'll do that pretty well. I expect his scoring to drop a little bit. He averaged 23 last year, and I think he'll go closer to 20, like probably 20.5, maybe 21.
I actually hope that it does, because I think that means that other guys will step up. Like
that was my point.
Tyreke Evans off the bench, Miles Turner too. We'll talk about Miles Turner a little bit later. I hope he steps up this year.
That was going to be my point. I think his scoring goes down. I think other guys step up. I think his steals go down. I think he had a better year than he's going to normally for defensively, specifically steals. But all in all, I expect more of the same from Vic. Dylan, you mentioned the fit being so right. Why was this fit so special, and why is Indy the only place that he's really been a success so far?
Well, I think first off, when he started off with the Magic, he probably wasn't completely ready to be an NBA player for those first couple years, but he continued to improve his first 4 years with the Magic, and by the end he was a really solid player. I really don't know why they wanted to get rid of him and ship him off to the Thunder. And the Thunder year, he did get better also from the Magic years, but I don't think he was able to let things loose because, he had Russell Westbrook on his team, and he just wasn't able to have the ball and do what he's best at, getting to the basket, because Russell Westbrook was taking all those reps. This year, or last year with the Pacers, he was able to do that a lot more, and his shooting improved a lot too, which I think also helped his game, and really just the franchise, he was the best player on the team, so he was able to finally show that.
Yeah, the only thing I cannot figure out is why didn't it work in Orlando then, because he was the focal point in Orlando. They drafted him to be the guy in Orlando, so I guess that's the only reason I wonder, but obviously it doesn't matter why. All I know is that it is working, so I'm glad it is.
First off, it is Orlando, and second, he's improved every year, so I think those first couple of years especially, he just wasn't good enough yet.
Yep. All right, well, you mentioned Tyreke Evans. The Pacers signed Tyreke Evans, Doug McDermott, and then drafted Aaron Holiday. What did you think about those moves specifically, and do you like what they did?
Well, I'm still disappointed about losing Lance Stevenson, but
you can have him. I'll give him to you for free. I promise. I'm so mad he's on the Lakers.
Yeah, Jason, a big Lakers fan over there. I'm not sure about his fit with the Lakers either, but
he doesn't fit in the NBA. He's not good.
No, he was great on the Pacers. But in terms of the move they did make to bring guys in, I do like the moves. Tyreke Evans, I think he's a good one-year gamble, and he's a great scorer that's going to come off the bench and hopefully be able to contend for a Sixth Man of the Year. When Vic was not on the court last year, the Pacers really struggled, especially in the playoffs against the Cavs, especially when him and Darren Collison weren't on the court. So Aaron Holiday is also going to help, being another ball handler that can come off the bench and really make things happen. McDermott's contract, it's a little much for me. $8 million a year for a guy that is really just playing bad at sometimes. But the three-point shooting is definitely needed. I see why the Pacers did this. Defense from both Evans and McDermott is also going to be a concern. But overall, the moves were much needed for the Pacers offense to try and put them over the hump.
Yeah, I mean the fit McDermott brings is very nice. I think it makes sense basketball-wise. But the contract just is weird to me. Like, who was competing with you at midnight to talk to Doug McDermott where you had to throw him that kind of contract? Like, I guess I didn't understand the rush to go get Doug McDermott. Like, there weren't teams beating down his door. Like, we knew this was going to be a slow offseason.
A 3-year deal too.
Exactly. There's guys like Jabari Parker taking 2 years deals. Like, this Doug McDermott signing could have been a very easy 2-year, 1-year deal, maybe $5 million, and just see what happens. I was shocked when that went through, just because it's not like this guy was fielding a bunch of offers. I have a pretty good feeling the Pacers and maybe one other team were the only teams really talking to him. Tyreek and Holiday, I really like, though. I think they provide depth for an already deep team. They get a major upgrade in Tyreek Evans over Lance Stevenson. I think that's going to be a huge pickup. Obviously, I'm not as high on Lance Stevenson, but Tyreek Evans, there's no debate. He is better than Lance at basketball. Holiday, I think now can be the primary backup to Collison. The guy I see having to move the most is Corey Joseph. I think he moves to the 2. I think he might be more comfortable there, but still, all in all, this just makes their team deeper to an already deep team that's looking to make a playoff push.
Yeah, I mean, I do hope that Corey Joseph doesn't have to handle the ball more this season than he had to last year, because really the Pacers had 3 ball handlers: Collison, Oladipo, and Joseph.
And Lance. I mean, when Lance was in, he had the ball all the time. Let's not joke there.
Yeah,
he doesn't pass.
I mean, I would still rather not have. I would rather have someone else that's better at handling the ball.
Oh, obviously. I was just saying they had him. Yeah.
But I mean, Joseph, he's a solid spot-up shooter, and he's really not going to make anything happen in the pick and roll. So,
yeah,
Holiday is going to be great at that, especially in a couple years. So, I like that pickup.
Yeah, I think Holiday can be a guy that comes in and helps immediately. Like, I don't think I don't think he's a project. I think he can come in and play a lot of minutes right away. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen by any means. All right, Dylan. Like I said, this is your team. A lot of movement happened in the East. The Pacers have been talked about as a sleeper team. What do you see for the Pacers this year?
So, talent-wise, they're obviously going to be a tier below the Celtics, Sixers, and Raptors. However, they can sneak their way up there, and I think they're a little closer to those 3 teams than a lot of people would have. And obviously, they're still going to be young. Victor Oladipo, like I said, has improved every single season. If he can get better this season, Pacers can be up there. And other young pieces like Sabonis, Miles Turner especially. Miles Turner is going to be a huge X factor this year for the Pacers. If he can take that next step to stardom and have a monster season, the Pacers are going to be really scary. And I really hope he does, because he took a step back last season. And, if he gets better, I mean, the Pacers could be a lot closer to the Celtics, Sixers, Raptors than people expect. I
mean, first, I think Miles Turner has to get better. Right? This is his year. He can get an extension if he earns it. Like, he's extension eligible. This is last year. A lot's going to be telling of this guy. I look at him maybe playing the Julius Randle role that played for the Lakers of he knows he's going to get paid this year if he earns it, so he's going to go out, put his head down, and just go to work. And really, I think that describes the whole team. That's something I wrote down. It's just they go to work every night and grind out victories. They remind me of what the Grizzlies call their mantra, but the Pacers should definitely have in the Eastern Conference of grit and grind. They really just go to work and earn their victories. I see them going 50 to 53 wins, and they could be a team that upsets Toronto or Philly because of that reason. I would not be at all shocked to see them beat out a top 3 seed in the East come playoff time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And the grit and grind, like you said, I don't think that worked in the Paul George era of the Pacers.
Paul George does not have the mindset to grit and grind.
With Nate McMillan.
Yeah.
But with Victor Oladipo as their alpha dog, things completely changed. That's why.
That's work ethic. I think that just comes
that's
down
why
to
the
work ethic.
Pacers overachieved so much over their talent level. They were projected to be really low in the East, but Oladipo stepped up. The whole team embraced that style a lot more than they did in the Paul George era, and were able to completely overachieve last year. It was great.
Do you credit Nate McMillan to that, or do you credit that to Victor Oladipo?
I would give it to both. I don't think McMillan really changed. I just think that it was.
Or was it Kevin Pritchard who put the team around him?
I think probably you've got to give credit to all three. Victor Oladipo obviously being able to come in and change that mindset. Nate McMillan, I think he's a good coach, and he had that same mindset with the Paul George team. It just didn't work out because Paul George wasn't that kind of guy.
Yeah, I think a lot goes to McMillan because I thought he was very adaptable to his players. He saw what fit his players and he adapted. I was very impressed by Coach McMillan this past season. Dylan, any other thoughts before we wrap up this Indiana Pacers podcast?
I really hope that they can make a run in this playoffs. I'm not optimistic about beating the Celtics, but I would like the Pacers' chances to beat a team like the Sixers or Raptors.
That'd be crazy. Kawhi playing the Pacers before he goes to LA, the team that drafted Kawhi. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, that's going to do it. The Pacers, we both expect them in the playoffs. We all expect them to be a sleeper in the playoffs. Paul George is no longer there. I think many Pacer fans are happy about that. Something you wouldn't be saying a year ago. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, as an IU fan, I wasn't mad about bringing Oladipo in, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I mentioned, a Scooch giveaway at the beginning. We have come to that time. If you comment and subscribe before the month of